In a world where social media is a constant presence, some people choose to remain silent. They don't post, share, or engage in the online world, yet they are not invisible. Their decision to stay off social platforms isn't about shyness or lack of connection. It's a conscious choice rooted in personal values, psychological factors, and a different approach to life in the digital age. While society often glorifies the online persona, those who resist the digital pull offer a unique perspective on privacy, self-worth, and authentic human interaction. What drives these individuals to opt out of the digital noise, and what can we learn from their choices? In today's digital age, privacy has become a rare commodity. The rapid rise of social media platforms has led to an explosion of personal information being shared publicly, from mundane daily activities to deeply intimate moments. While many people embrace the idea of sharing their lives online, others see it as an invasion of their personal space, a breach of the natural boundaries that protect their sense of self. For these individuals, the quest for privacy is not just a preference, it's a necessity in an increasingly overexposed world. Social media thrives on visibility. It encourages individuals to showcase their lives to an ever-growing audience, creating a sense of constant surveillance. Whether it's posting vacation photos, personal milestones, or even just what we ate for breakfast, social media platforms are designed to capture attention and create a sense of connectivity. However, for some, this constant exposure is overwhelming. The very idea that anyone and everyone could potentially have access to their personal moments is enough to drive them away from these platforms. For them, privacy is a form of self-preservation, a safeguard against the overreach of digital spaces into their personal lives. This desire for privacy is rooted in a psychological need for control. People who value their privacy tend to see their personal lives as something sacred, something that should be shared only with those they trust deeply. For them, social media often feels like an artificial space where genuine connections are replaced with curated performances. They resist the pressure to perform their lives for an audience, preferring instead to share their experiences in real life with close friends or family, where the interactions are meaningful and authentic. The constant sharing and oversharing on social media also have an emotional toll. The pressure to present a perfect, polished version of oneself can be exhausting. It creates a sense of competition, an unspoken race to outdo others, gain more likes, and be more visible. For those who shy away from this cycle, staying off social media is an act of reclaiming their emotional energy. It's a way to disconnect from the superficiality of online life and reconnect with a more grounded, unfiltered version of reality. Choosing privacy in an overexposed world is a conscious decision to protect one's mental health and emotional well-being. It's about finding peace in a space that doesn't demand constant validation or public performance. For those who prioritize privacy, staying offline is a way to preserve their sense of self and remain grounded in a world that often values exposure over authenticity. Social media has transformed the way we interact with the world, but it has also introduced an underlying pressure to perform. Platforms like Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok thrive on curated content that often presents an idealized version of life. Whether it's posting about a new accomplishment, a perfectly staged photo, or a funny status update, there's an unspoken expectation that everyone must keep up. This pressure to present a flawless image online is not just a mild inconvenience for some, it's a source of stress, self-doubt, and fear. The constant fear of judgment can drive people away from social media, leading them to opt for privacy instead of public visibility. In a world where likes, comments, and shares validate our experiences, the fear of not measuring up to others can feel paralyzing. Social media feeds are flooded with the highlight reels of everyone's lives, showcasing only the most beautiful, exciting, or successful moments. The more people compare their behind-the-scenes reality with these polished versions, the more they feel inadequate. The implicit message is that if you're not constantly sharing something worth sharing, if your life isn't exciting enough, or if you're not getting enough attention, you're somehow failing. For many, the act of posting becomes less about genuine connection and more about seeking approval. The need to be seen, admired, and validated can overshadow the desire for authentic expression. This pressure to perform creates an internal conflict. How much of yourself do you share without feeling exposed, and how much do you hold back to maintain a sense of control? With every post, there's a risk of being judged by others, whether for the way you look, what you say, or the lifestyle you lead. The fear of judgment often goes beyond simple insecurity. It can feel like a constant threat to one's sense of self. Every like or comment is scrutinized, every opinion weighed. For some, the online world becomes a stage where they are either performing or being judged. This relentless scrutiny can erode self-esteem and foster anxiety, particularly when the validation they receive feels shallow or fleeting. The decision to stay off social media can be a way to escape this overwhelming cycle. For those who opt for privacy, the absence of constant judgment provides a sense of liberation. They no longer need to perform for an unseen audience, and their sense of self-worth isn't tied to online approval. Without the pressure to conform, they can focus on real-world connections, which are often deeper and more fulfilling. The act of withdrawing from social media is not just about avoiding judgment. It's about reclaiming control over one's own identity and deciding what is worth sharing. In a world dominated by constant digital interaction, the need for mental space is more important than ever, especially for introverts. Introversion is often misunderstood as shyness or social discomfort, but in reality, it's a personality trait that's rooted in where people derive their energy. Introverts recharge by spending time alone or in quiet, low-stimulation environments, while extroverts thrive on socializing and external validation. Introverts find peace and mental clarity in solitude. This preference for solitude often leads introverts to step away from the digital noise of social media, where the constant barrage of information and the demand for interaction can feel overwhelming. The digital world is a place of continuous connection. Notifications, messages, updates, and posts flood our devices throughout the day. For introverts, this can quickly become mentally exhausting. The pressure to keep up with the fast-paced flow of social media, respond to comments, or participate in ongoing conversations takes a toll. Introverts are more sensitive to overstimulation, which means that while an extrovert might thrive in a crowded social media space, an introvert might find it mentally draining. The need for personal space is not just a preference. It's a psychological requirement to maintain balance and emotional well-being. The overstimulation of social media can cause a sense of mental clutter. Introverts, who often need time to process their thoughts and recharge, may find it difficult to concentrate or think clearly when they are constantly bombarded by external input. This can lead to feelings of anxiety, burnout, or even resentment toward the very platforms that were designed to connect people. For these individuals, the act of avoiding social media is an act of self-preservation. It's a way to protect their mental space and safeguard their emotional energy. Moreover, social media often emphasizes constant activity and engagement. The idea that you must post regularly, update your status, or share your thoughts continuously can clash with the introvert's desire for calm, unhurried moments. Introverts may find the pressure to be always on stressful and draining, particularly when the interactions feel shallow or surface level. Their approach to relationships is often more thoughtful and deep, preferring meaningful one-on-one conversations over public declarations or online engagements. By choosing to step away from social media, introverts reclaim their mental space. They regain control over their time, focusing on activities that allow for introspection, creative thinking, or quiet reflection. This absence of constant digital noise not only nurtures their emotional health, but also allows them to be more present in their real-world relationships. For introverts, true connection happens away from the screen, in spaces that allow for deeper, more meaningful interactions. Their need for mental space is essential for personal growth and the cultivation of genuine relationships, free from the distractions of the online world. In an age where social media is often the primary means of communication, many people find themselves questioning the value of online interactions. While digital platforms promise connection, they often deliver only surface-level exchanges that lack depth and authenticity. For those who seek meaningful relationships, the shallowness of online interactions can feel unsatisfying, even alienating. As individuals engage more with social media, the nature of these relationships often becomes more transactional. Likes, comments, and shares replace genuine conversations, leading to a growing sense of disconnection. The very architecture of social media encourages superficiality. Posts are designed to be quick and easily digestible, short, catchy captions paired with images or videos that are meant to elicit instant reactions. This kind of interaction, while immediate, rarely fosters true connection. People scroll through their feeds, liking posts or leaving brief comments without ever delving into the complexities of another person's life or experiences. For those seeking deeper, more meaningful exchanges, these interactions can feel hollow. It's easy to become caught in the illusion of connection, where it feels like you are in touch with many, but you are actually isolated from true emotional engagement. The constant stream of likes and superficial comments can also create a sense of worth being tied to online approval. People post content with the hope of receiving validation in the form of likes or shares, but these digital acknowledgments are fleeting and often empty. The more someone depends on these virtual affirmations, the more disconnected they become from real-world interactions that hold far greater emotional value. The need for external validation from strangers or acquaintances can overshadow one's ability to build authentic, lasting relationships that are grounded in trust and mutual understanding. This detachment from authenticity becomes even more apparent when comparing the digital persona with the real self. Social media platforms are often curated to present an idealized version of life, where everything is filtered and polished to perfection. Behind these perfect images and captions, the complexities of real life, struggles, flaws, and everyday moments are hidden. This disconnect between the online self and the real self can create a sense of inauthenticity that many find increasingly difficult to maintain. It's exhausting to keep up appearances, and over time, the need for genuine, unfiltered connections becomes more pronounced. People who disconnect from social media often do so because they crave deeper relationships that transcend the shallow interactions they experience online. They long for face-to-face conversations where vulnerability and authenticity can flourish. These individuals recognize that true connection requires effort, time, and emotional investment, rather than a constant stream of impersonal likes and comments. By stepping away from the digital world, they are able to foster relationships that are more meaningful, where emotional depth and real understanding replace superficial exchanges. In a world where social media interactions can feel like noise, those who disconnect are simply searching for the quiet, the space to form genuine bonds that truly enrich their lives. In the fast-paced world of constant digital connection, time has become one of the most precious commodities, yet also one of the most squandered. Social media platforms, designed to capture attention and keep users engaged, can quickly consume hours of a person's day. The endless scrolling, the checking of notifications, and the pressure to stay up to date with trends and updates all contribute to a growing sense of time lost. For many, Stepping away from social media is not just about escaping the noise. It's a deliberate effort to reclaim time that can be used for more meaningful and restorative activities. The average person spends hours each week glued to their screens, whether it's checking Facebook, scrolling through Instagram, or binge-watching videos on YouTube. While these activities may seem harmless in small doses, they add up. The hours spent on social media are often hours spent passively consuming content rather than actively engaging in activities that foster personal growth, creativity, or well-being. For those who choose to disconnect, the decision is often born out of the realization that they've been letting their time slip away. They are motivated to take back control of how their hours are spent and reallocate that time to pursuits that feel more fulfilling. By stepping away from the constant demand for digital engagement, individuals gain the opportunity to focus on activities that improve their mental health and overall well-being. For example, engaging in hobbies, exercising, spending time with loved ones, or simply enjoying a quiet moment of reflection all provide deeper, more enriching experiences than the fleeting satisfaction of social media interactions. Reclaiming time in this way can lead to an increased sense of fulfillment, as individuals become more present in their lives rather than distracted by the pressures of online validation and comparison. The impact on mental health can be profound. Studies have shown that prolonged use of social media is linked to increased feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. The constant exposure to carefully curated lives can lead to feelings of inadequacy and self-doubt. Constant comparison to others can exacerbate these emotions, making users feel like they don't measure up or are missing out on something. By disconnecting, individuals can break free from the cycle of comparison and reduce the anxiety that social media often generates. Moreover, stepping away from digital platforms helps restore a sense of balance and control. Without the incessant demand for attention and engagement, individuals can focus on their emotional health, fostering better self-esteem and resilience. Time spent offline allows for moments of introspection, where people can reconnect with themselves and reassess their goals, values, and priorities. Ultimately, reclaiming time and mental health by reducing social media use is not about completely isolating oneself from the digital world, but about creating a healthier balance. It's about ensuring that online spaces don't overwhelm or define a person's sense of self. By finding this balance, individuals can experience greater peace, purpose, and clarity in their daily lives, free from the distractions and pressures that social media often imposes.